Welcome, Recluse Enjoyers, ready to become the highest damage of your team? And before we go any further, don't you worry about your triple elemental shabambo bambo ability. It looks way more complicated than it actually is. And worst case scenario, you'll just use it for FP generation and screw the actual ability it does. You will still be the highest damage in your team. Let me break it down for you. Recluse is the mage of the bunch, and she not only has an intelligence S tier scaling, also faith, which means you don't have to limit yourself to staffs, which are all S tier intelligence scaling. You could also use the seals for the S tier faith scaling. You can truly use whatever you want. The glintstone stuff, holy magics, or dragon incantations, everything is going to be boosted tons by your character. Now to her abilities, we have collecting affinity residues. I shoot my magic, it creates a residue, I collect it by using my ability, I get FP back. Ta-da. I do the same. Like this, you can consistently stay fully magicked up. By the way, I'm not native English. I don't know if I pronounce residues correctly. Apologies. Since I've been using a glintstone sorcery, I've been getting magic blips. Now I can use the ability again, and I put them together in this cocktail that does one shot forward of magic stuff. The possible combinations you can find in your visual codex, and then you go to the handbook, and all the way at the bibbity bottom, it actually shows you what's possible. I did the 3 pure magic, and wrath an enemy and magic that deals damage for some time, encircling and attacking the target. Pure fire, that would be then using fire magic, throw a whirlwind of flame forward. Or you can even go for magic fire mixes, fire lightning, and triple mixes with magic fire lightning. Now I'll be honest with you. You could learn all of these, but the reality will be that you throw spells, 1, 2, 3, use up some FP, and then collect the mode to actually restore FP. Then 1, 2, 3 again, collect the mode to restore FP. I'm personally an absolute menace and destroy everything, top DPS in the team, and I don't actually look at all what my magic cocktails are doing. Sure, it's nice to have it in the back of your mind that something will happen, but you're not going to wait. I'm not going to keep my cocktail up for the perfect mix. I want my FP to be full at any given time, because the actual damage is, for example, the Comet Azure, or Starfall, or whatever cool ability you'll be getting over time from all the stuffs that you can find out there. Our ultimate would be the SoulBlood Song. Just use it right in between all your enemies, and now your attacks will restore your FP and your life. Pretty much the opposite of actually having to use your ability. As soon as you have that activated, you're just going to spam your spells away. And that's also where the true damage comes in. I've been using the Comet Azure, and before I actually put on the SoulBlood Song, I was pretty much restoring mana as I was blasting, and my cast didn't stop. I was just going on like, and you saw no path. That thing was just chunking down like there was no tomorrow. That's one of the crazy combinations that the Recluse has ready for you. Ultimate plus Comet Azure. What's the first thing now to do as a Recluse as you're landing? We're going to open the map and then press Y to pop up the rewards. This one will give us a new staff, that one will give us a new staff, and this one will give us a new seal. We don't want to do that, or even this one down here, because those would be bows. We really don't want to have a bow. For the Recluse, it's really important to stick with your team. You can do stuff alone. I mean, I just absolutely obliterate this camp, but as soon as things come close to you, it can get tricky, and you obviously need to hit things and at the same time collect the modes. So I shoot, collect the mode to get my FP back up. Then I'm going to hit both of these, so we cleared this completely alone. And we can rush that first very important level up, because we don't have much HP. Single opponents or even a couple together are not the big of a problem. Like, we can restore our FP right away, so we're not going dry that quick. This guy here, for example, is already a bit more tanky, and we don't really have a real roll. That's something to keep in mind. You have like this quick dash, but you can't actually roll through things. Have that ready. We're almost out of mana too. So now we're getting this little maiden here, and we still have my dudes. Get the FP back up. And this time it's not FP. This time it was the actual ability. Try to collect the modes. Shoot mode. Shoot mode. So really, like that location, you could throw 3 or something like that to then get your modes, but you want to maybe after every second cast actually collect, because it really helps. And as you notice, I'm not really looking for my magic combinations. I mean, I don't have any magics to combine anyways. I'm just spamming away because that's where it goes. Now with the first reward, we can actually get something amazing if we wouldn't get shot by these guys. So we actually have to clear these guys out first. Reichardt's Rancor, Magic Glintblade, both are actually good, or the Godskin Peeler. Keep in mind that you want to have one weapon in the long run, because you want to be able to revive your friends when they're downed. Otherwise, you're going to sit there, only have your spells, and you can't get them back up. That being said, your ultimate can actually get your friends back up. So if you're running with your ultimates and trigger that, that does damage to your lads to get them back up. As you're looking at the staffs that you pick up, also make sure to get good passives that work in every slot. Reduce skills FP cost. If I now take this one, and it's in my inventory, then even if I use the Recluse staff, it already has 18% reduced skill FP cost. That's actually an insane start into the day, as I can now spam more spells away than ever. And obviously, the more staffs I find like this, the more things I find that have good bonies, the better it is. And don't, in this case, actually ignore something like a bow later on, because these bows, they also have reduced FP cost or even more incantation damage. I once had a bow that gave me 30% reduced FP cost. Very good. What about relics now? You have two choices, blue, blue, green, or green, green, green. The Spirit Shelter Grail is the first one you can actually buy yourself from the Small Jar Bazaar if you haven't done yet. And then later, if you go into your journal, you can also do her remembrances. Recluse, I could begin my remembrance to have even more relic combinations unlocked. Now, I've been equipping character skill cooldown because it gave me +1 intelligence and improved bestial incantations. But let's be fair, the character skill cooldown is not worth it because your actual skill doesn't have a cooldown. What you rather look for is ultimate art gauge, because that makes it fill up faster. Most notably, you want to have something easy, improve Glintblade sorcery. That's what you use a lot. Or anything that boosts your intelligence, as we get that super S tier scaling on int. Would I actually go for FP restoration up in successive attacks? No. You really got your FP managed. It's super easy with a Recluse to not run. If you always have a weapon with a very low spell with you, you're going to actually restore more FP than the spell cost. I keep the standard weapon mostly with me even into the endgame, because that tiny glintstone pebble and then FP regeneration, it just gives you more back, which really just has me sit here with 3 subpar ones, in +1, in +3, and in +1. Ta-da! Bestial incantations improved. As soon as I get some glintstone sorcery bonus, I'll take that one. What kind of spells would you look for now? What's quite goddamn good? And here you want to differentiate between slow and fast spells. For example, the glintstone stuff, flies fast, quick impact. Really useful because monsters in Nightreign, they just flip around your screen, especially the Night Lords later on. If you're going for the more static enemies, something like Rock Sling, the actual gravity sorceries, really nice, especially since they do a lot of stagger. You want to have multiple spells with you. I like to carry some fire stuff, some glintstone stuff, maybe even the Black Flame Seal. Again, don't forget that all your staves, seals, bows, whatever you kind of carry will have an effect, a skill that permanently is active, unless it has that tiny hand symbol. Then you actually have to wield it in your off or main hand. And as a super endgame spell, really the Comet Azure is just amazing. As I said, use your Blood Song to get infinite mana regeneration, and then when you go for the beam, it just refills your bar as it actually ticks down. And now to give you a final feeling for how the Recluse behaves throughout the game, here's some highlight moments, including a Night Lord boss fight. Also, if you're interested in the Revenant, the channel has a video for that one as well, and every single other class to come. Enjoy. Really? That does not hit? Okay, this is going to be atrocious for me. Okay, we're doing some good damage here, though. I'm not made to avoid water waves. Okay, I need to run. So this was supposed to take like a minute at max. Oh, we're gonna do this. Somebody should save ultimate for the sleep ability to knock him out. I feel you there. Honestly, this boss so far with this setup is way easier than with our melee setup. If you remember, we actually had that melee setup going on, right? With a raider and stuff. And this here right now is like tons easier. Because you actually have people who can continuously DPS him. I mean, alone having an eye seems to be just cheat code because he can just shoot that thing. Yeah, range is best. Like, I was a raider and I felt absolutely useless. You know, as if I am the problem. Turns out I was never the problem. The boss is just silly for melee types. Dude, what's happening? I just went to town on him. Dude, yeah, there's just like we just absolutely went to town. Okay, I'm out of everything, chat. Okay, we're back, doorbell. Okay, chat, I need to run though. I'm so sorry. Doorbell was important. It could have been my children. I need to run, pick them up now. Thank you for watching. Do watch the Revenant video. I really need to pick them up. I'm so sorry to cut the stream short. Tomorrow we'll have a longer stream, okay? Focusing on every single class. Sorry for having to run. Love you all. Take care.